Hello, and welcome to Retro Inc. Rhapsody, episode 115, Ihatovo Praise. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this episode, so why don't you sit back and enjoy this little intro video that I've prepared. Be not defeated by the rain, nor let the wind prove your brother. Succumb not to the snows of winter, nor be bested by the heat of summer. Be strong in body, unfettered by desire, not enticed to anger, cultivate a quiet joy. Count yourself last in everything, put others before you. Watch well and listen closely, hold the learned lessons dear. A thatch roof house in a meadow, nestled in a pine grove's shade. A handful of rice, some miso, and some vegetables to suffice for the day. If to the east a child lies sick, go forth and nurse him to health. If to the west an old lady stands exhausted, go forth and relieve her of burden. If to the south a man lies dying, go forth with the winds of courage to dispel his fear. If to the north an argument or fight ensues, go forth and beg them to stop such a waste of effort and of spirit. In times of drought, shed tears of sympathy. In summer's cold, walk in concern and empathy. Stand aloof to the unknowing masses, better dismissed as useless than flattered as a great man. This is my goal, the person I strive to become. That was David Solz's translation of the poem Ame ni mo makezo, which translates roughly into Be Not Defeated by the Rain, which was written by Kenji Miyazawa. This poem serves as a good example of not only of Miyazawa's work, but also his ethic. Kenji Miyazawa is probably not a name familiar to many outside of Japan, but in his native country, he is considered a legend. He was born on August 27, 1896, and died from pneumonia on September 21, 1933, only at the age of 37. While he is mostly known today as a poet and short story author, he was also a teacher, a cellist, and a social activist whose work he aimed at everyone. His works often contain elements of nature, but with a twist of the supernatural as well. Some of his more famous short stories include Night at the Galactic Railroad, Gauche the Cellist, The Restaurant of Many Orders, and The Nighthawk Star. While the primary audience for these stories tended to be children, they can definitely be enjoyed by anyone. His work also intends not to pull any punches, though, in regards to life lessons, as death shows up from time to time in many of his works. Although even during the sad parts, Miyazawa does still try and point out the positivity in these events, and how the strive to do good things even at the cost of oneself is kind of a noble goal. For example, this passage from Night on the Galactic Railroad, taken from Julian Neville's translation. This passage is labeled The Fire of Scorpio. Across the shore, a light was cast in everything in red, including the dark willow trees and the transparent waves of the river. Soon the source of the light could be seen rising into view above the fields. It was a large flame giving off a smoke trail that rose high into the sky. Redder than a ruby, it burnt endlessly and more beautifully than lithium. What a strange flame! Why does it produce such a red light? Giovanni asked. It's the fire of Scorpio, Campanella answered, referencing his map. Yes, it's the burning scorpion, added Kaoru. The burning scorpion, prompted Giovanni. It's a dead scorpion whose body has been set aflame. By scorpion you mean the bug? Yes, but it's a very good bug. No, it isn't. I saw one preserved in alcohol at a museum once. It's got a sharp tail full of poison that will kill you if you're stung by it. That's what my teacher told me. That's true, but that doesn't make it bad, Kaoru reasoned. My father told me its story. A long time ago in a field, there once lived a scorpion that ate other bugs by using its tail to catch them. Then one day, he found himself cornered by a weasel. Fearing for his life, he ran, but could not escape it. Suddenly, he fell into a well, and, unable to climb out, began to drown. He began to pray, then, saying, "Oh God, how many lives have I stolen to survive? Yet when it came my turn to be eaten by the weasel, I selflessly ran away. And for what? What a waste my life has been."
If only I had let the weasel eat me, I could have helped him live another day. God, hear my prayer. Even if my life has been meaningless, let my death be of help to others. Burn my body so that it can become a beacon, to light the way for others as they search for true happiness. The scorpion's prayer was answered, and his body became a beautiful crimson flame that shot up to the night sky. There he burns to this day. My father was telling the truth. Why, you're right. Look at the points line up and make the rough outline of a scorpion, said Campanella. Indeed, beyond the flame stood 3 triangular signposts who formed the scorpion's body, with a few more making up its tail and stinger. They all followed the flame with their eyes until it had faded into the distance. Then they had heard the sound of whistles and lively music and the chattering of people's voices as the scent of flowers met their noses. They appeared to be passing to a town in the midst of a celebration. Giovanni looked out to the window and to behold a vibrant green fir decked with lights, like a Christmas tree. Why, they're celebrating the Centaurus Festival, exclaimed Giovanni. Yes, that happens to be the village of Centaurus, added Campanella, again referencing his map. Miyazawa's insistence to do good for humanity is very clear in his work, and it's part of what makes him such an interesting person. It's widely believed that what killed him, actually, was having an hour-long conversation about fertilizer with some farmers that had passed by his house while he was dying of pneumonia. Shortly after his death, an organization of poets formed and called themselves the Friends of Kenji Miyazawa Club, and then proceeded to work to spread his work, as he had not achieved much notoriety while he was alive. It worked, and he became what he is today, with many tributes such as railroad lines and museums dedicated to his legacy being made. One such tribute is the topic of today's episode, the 1993 Super Famicom game Ihatovo Monogatari, developed by Hecht. This lovingly created game retells many of his short stories in a way that gives ample tribute to these stories, as well as some of the animated versions of these stories. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start. As I said in the video, the reason that I had that little short history lesson is due to the game that we're going to be playing today. That being, as I said in here, the 1993 Super Famicom game Ihatovo Monogatari, which translates roughly into The Tales of Ihatovo. Ihatovo was kind of a region that appeared in a lot in his Kenji Miyazawa's short stories, and I think some of his poems as well. Basically, what it is that he was from the I believe is the Iwate prefecture in Japan, which I believe is somewhat, I think it's to the north, kind of closer to Hokkaido, but not quite. But yeah, it's kind of an idealized version of that. So that this kind of, well, we'll see when we actually get into the game. So we'll just go ahead and start. So let me. Yes, this is by Hector, or sometimes they go by Hecht. Oh, also, by the way, so this little blurb is from they translate it as "Springtime in the Carnage," but it is mostly referred to as Spring in Ashura, which was the first and like the only collection of his poems that came out while he was still alive. So Hecht is kind of they didn't really produce a lot of games, but the ones that they did, they seem to have quite a bit of work for it. The other game that, if you're familiar with some more Japanese obscurities, there is an NES game by the name of Moon Crystal that was also developed by Hecht. It was a very beautiful game for the NES. Probably has some of the best graphics on the system. But it's kind of didn't. It was going to come out over here, but it kind of came out late, so it never came over. But yes, trains kind of appear a lot in his work. His most famous work probably being Nine the Galactic Railroad. Oh, here. So Here's my other game, so we're gonna start from the beginning.
Okay.
This game is relatively short. It is an adventure game, but it's kind of would be closer on the scale of, if you think about like a traditional adventure game compared to, say, like what we would call today a walking simulator kind of thing. This is probably closer to walking simulator than an actual adventure game. But there are some light puzzle things, but they definitely intended for you to actually beat this game, which is kind of nice.
So it's more about exploring and getting the flavor and whatnot then.
Yes. So, yeah.
So it has a lot more in common with modern JRPGs that people use RPG Maker for.
Kinda. Think of, not quite, think of a non-surreal Yuminiki. Like, you are kind of trying to take in the atmosphere. Also, we need to meet with Kenji Miyazawa of the RC Society. So when I first heard of this game, like, I saw a thing about, a thing where it was like, oh, it's a Super Famicom game that's based on an author's work. I kind of, like, saw that, I'm like, I saw, like, the screenshot of them talking, like, oh, Kenji Miyazawa is this great guy. I'm like, great, was this a game that came out to kind of, like, blow smoke up this one author's ass? I thought that's what it was, but then I realized that Kenji Miyazawa died in the 30s, so I don't think it was that.
He was actually a wizard and saw into the future and saw this game.
Sure. But yeah, it is surprisingly an actually kind of touching tribute, because they actually, as we'll see, they kind of, like, there's a lot of heart that I feel got put into this game.
I guess thinking of like modern comparisons, would this be close to like To the Moon or something?
Kind of.
Okay.
So yeah, right now we are in Ihatovo City, which basically there's not a whole lot to do in this area.
Did this get a US release?
No.
Okay.
No, this definitely did not. This only just recently got a fan translation, probably about, I'd say about 3 months ago.
Yeah, I noticed the typography doesn't look very contemporary. It's way too detailed.
Okay.
Like a font this small would be very hard to see on an NTS TV.
Yes. Okay, so basically this is kind of the main plot of the game, is that we are trying to find the journals of Kenji Miyazawa. There are 7 of them. Oop, come on. Thing for local farmers. Kenji Miyazawa was actually, he was really into farming. He was actually a teacher at a high school in his area, where he would teach agriculture and various things. As I said in the intro, one of the stories that's kind of given for how he actually died was he was dying of pneumonia, like I believe in 33. He started to actually feel a little bit better. So he actually, like, because he was bedridden for like months. So he decided to one day, he felt like he was getting better, and decided to stand outside of his door. While I believe I can't remember if it was a parade or something, but there was a group of farmers that came by his door. And he's like, oh, it's Miyazawa. He's the guy who knows a lot about farming. And they had like hours-long conversations about fertilizer and how to best use it. That conversation tired him out so much that it ended up killing him.
Sorry, I laughed at that.
It is, yeah, it's kind of humorous, but also it kind of showed that he literally gave his all for seemingly any topic.
Mm-hmm. It's a good story for the legend, basically.
Yes. certain building I'm trying to get to, but I can't remember where it is. That's the school. Over here for a bridge. There we go. Okay, that's so the Kensington Hotel is basically our save point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is there anything in here yet? So yeah, this game is actually really good about giving you hints. Like, it's actually comforting to see a game from this era actually care about you finishing it. This is going to be close, because this is... Yep. Yep, that will be important shortly. That will become important later. Ah, here we go. Well, this isn't the area, but there's Stove Cat. Yeah, it's good cat. I believe the Stove Cat was from one of his short stories. I just can't remember which one. Oh, here we go. So this guy's basically our... Let's see, dude. Let's see, can I go to where I need to go yet? I need to talk to someone. Nope, I need to talk to someone. So yeah, there isn't an overworld. There's kind of the, hey, these are the areas you can go to. Oh, there we go. So yeah, if you ever see something like that, that's like, it's basically the game just blatantly telling you, oh, you hit a story flag, you can go to the next area. Which leads us to... Go here. Go to the Shellfire Forest. We now are in Chapter 1, the Shellfire. There are I believe it's 8 chapters in this game. It's either 8 or 9. Each one of them is basically a slight retelling of one of his short stories. This one, I believe, is more commonly translated as the Firestone. There's a bunch of animals in this forest, but we are not going to be able to talk to any of them because we can't talk to animals.
Of course.
Which, by the way, animals do appear a lot in his works. Especially like this one. I have space. There was so as I showed in the intro, there was a 1985 animated version of Night on the Galactic Railroad. I can't exactly remember what the reason why. I think it was to make it more appeal to kids. But they changed it so that the 2 main characters were basically, or really everyone, were cats instead of just kids. And that kind of stuck with a lot of his works.
Well, cats are cute.
They are. Now we have a Lily of the Valley. Which actually, we can go to our inventory. Hold on our handbook, that's not going to do anything quite yet. So, we have a flower. Here's a vase. And here we go.
Professor Ursus Speliasis. Spelius appeared. I can't remember if he's from a short story. If he's from one, it's not one that I have not read. Well, that's not going to help us. Okay, so he wants a gift. It is a somewhat uncommon present.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go to City Hall and see if they can help us out. Reading poetry. Oh. So I wonder if it's this guy's gonna tell me. Oh, nope. There's cinema. Huh.
Ooh.
So
American movies.
I guess. See, there's the hint that we would have known to put the thing in the vase. It's gonna help us quite yet. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. I don't think we're gonna be meeting Totoro.
Aw. I guess I'll hang around.
We will be meeting other various animals, but not Totoro. Okay, now that we have the book of poetry, you can go give it to the professor. Oop. Oh, let's see. God, I guess I gotta equip it. Yep.
not the most intense of games.
No, it is not. It is
No.
very not intense, but it is still. It's more of a pleasant experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably locked. I do like the equipping method. Should I go with this? I held it in my hands.
Oop, it's Fox. And? Yes. The Shellfire. Get that thing powered up. Okay, so a lot of these will basically, at this point, it's like, oh, we're just going to tell you what, kind of give you a brief synopsis of what the original story was about. Yeah. So basically, the rabbit Hamoy saves some Skylarks. Skylarks. And for his troubles, he got the Shellfire. Or the Firestone, depending upon the translation. And with his shiny, he became the king.
Oh, as you.
Except, this asshole Fox decides to ruin everything. Yeah, basically the Firestone started to see that he was doing some bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it decided to take matters into its own hands. And explode.
Uh-oh.
That's a bit of a problem.
The way of this is translated is a bit different than the version I read. Basically, the version that I saw, basically it didn't explode. It basically just got extremely bright. It did blind him though. So yeah, yeah. Basically, the Shellfire blinds him away, and he learns his lesson not to be. Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah. That makes more sense. It just got really bright and blinded him rather than it broke and then was back together again. I know this, trust me.
Yeah, this translation does a pretty decent job at keeping, like, common translations. Because there are some various things that... Oh, by the way. There are some, kind of differing translation for various names and such. This one tends to keep the more common ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, let's not do that quite yet. Yeah. Boy. Go talk to some animals. Will do, Mr. Bear. Okay, so yeah, there's your... Hey, here's what we gotta do next.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Yep, no journal. But we now have the ability to talk to animals, which will prove useful in this chapter.
Yeah.
Which is a bit more interesting. Alright. Okay. So, let's go ahead and... Well, let's go ahead and check, because now the Cairo Brigade Leader has set up shop. Cairo Brigade Leader is this big-ass frog.
Hell yeah.
And his job is to get these frogs wasted.
Fuck yeah. This is a good short story.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not one that is in... there is a very good collection of the short stories that is called... Let's see, it's Once and Forever, The Tales of Kenji Miyazawa. It's translated by John Bester. It's available. I got my copy, like, get it pretty much anywhere. It's a relatively recent translation, I think. But yeah, it's a pretty good collection of his short stories, and has a lot of these that we're going to be taking a look at tonight. But not this one, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and talk to Facello, who is kind of our... Oh, Taskmaster's the right word, but... Yep. Okay, let's go to killing the Queen of Ants.
Ooh.
Check something real quick. Whoop. Give me a sec. Twitch just died real quick. Okay, so let's go meet the Queen of the Ants. I see that. Good to know. Okay. Alright. Well, you look like a Queen of the Ants. Tiny crown on your head.
Your little tiny ant crown.
Oh, so the Cairo Brigade Leader has one. So apparently these ants are very busy making liquor.
Nice. These ants get the frogs drunk.
Yep, guess you can take some.
Wow, Hecht made some really curious games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which ones are you seeing?
America Datoyo Senkyo, which
Oh, yeah, I think they're I think that's the voting simulation, isn't it? Or
that's the
presidential?
1988 U.S. election simulation.
Yeah, that's right.
With the weird where everyone's an anime character.
Powerful.
Eventually, this game was on Satellaview in 1995, which I believe is the modem device that lets you download stuff to the SNES.
Yeah, so they re-released this game, in 1985, I think I saw it. 1985, 1986, I think, because that was the 100th birthday.
1995.
Okay, 1995, whoops.
It's an SNES or Famicom release, which would have been impossible in 86.
Right, I meant 90s, yes. The thing is, yeah, so that version actually had a bunch of voiceover work in it that also kind of went into more detail about the various, like, stories.
Oh, that sounds cute. Well, wait a minute. Was that with a simulcast radio broadcast then?
Yes, it would have been a, like the broadcast, like the weird version of Zelda where it was available for certain periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been pretty neat. This game, I think, would have done very well with that.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is one. You could see some Satellaview games that had, like, people took, like, VHS recordings.
Yes.
Frog.
I don't think this is one of them.
Frog.
It's Frog.
It's a frog. It's a
They're a
good
big
frog.
one. And they're all drunk.
I should tell Schmarson about this. What game is this?
This is Ihatovo Monogatari.
Oh, this is the when you... Okay. So I kind of missed some stuff. Is it alright if you fill me in just a little bit?
So basically our story that we have so far is that we came into the town, Ihatovo, that basically we want to meet up with a person named Kenji Miyazawa, but he is away. Basically, one thing that would help out is to find Kenji Miyazawa's 7 journals. So we are looking for them right now. We thought that we might find one in the Shellfire Forest, but the person there did not have one. However, we got the Shellfire, which lets us talk to animals.
And I guess the title is Ihatovo Story, or My Ihatovo Story?
They translate it, it's roughly, they translate it in the title as The Tales of Ihatovo, but it'd be like Ihatovo Story.
Because isn't like Monogatari translates roughly to My Story or Story?
Yeah, Monogatari is story.
Okay.
So, apparently he doesn't like mushrooms, so we need to find some mushrooms.
Same!
School's closed.
Mushrooms are pretty terrible.
Let's see. Find one just lying around. I don't think so. Back there, no. Let's go to a forest. I bet a forest would have a mushroom. Some sort of
I'm gonna go out on
fungus.
a limb and say it's gonna be a shiitake.
Let's see. Okay, good. I was wondering if it, like, because we're going to be going to a bunch of different places, I wonder if they would all stack on top of each other. Okay, so at least seems to be good about only letting you go to the places you really need to go. Like I said earlier, this game actually wants you to complete it.
I was waiting for the scroll to say the year it came out because my dumb lizard brain was going, wow, this sure looks like an RPG Maker game.
Nope, it is a...
It's not.
Yes. Nope, not in here.
You can tell I've had a nice long day and I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually bring something up. I do have a FAQ available in the Hut, which I'm probably going to have to reference.
You want me to open that up? So that way you don't have to keep...
Sure.
Well, that way you don't have to keep breaking away from the game. Also, how are you both doing today?
Fine.
Good. Alright. Where are you in the FAQ? It's just mushroom. Mushroom. It doesn't say mushroom.
Yeah, I think I found where I need to go.
Alright, which chapter is this?
This is 2.
2.
Ah, okay.
It's the last bit of 2. I saw a long play of this game on YouTube that was about 2.5 hours long.
Okay.
Okay, not too bad.
So we should... I'm planning on beating this game tonight, and it shouldn't be too terribly long.
Like a little after 9, probably, or something.
So when did you pick up on this game, Lolo?
About when they announced that the fan translation came up.
Okay.
Because this only got translated relatively recently.
That's how I found out about the Echo Knight 2. Was the fans translation happened pretty recently, and I had no idea they even made a direct sequel.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just Echo Knight and Beyond, but delightfully wrong. This is a nice looking game.
Yes.
The music evokes Harvest Moon for me.
Kinda, yeah. The composer actually, he has a somewhat active YouTube channel, in which he does, he seems to mostly be primarily a pianist.
Okay.
He actually has a, he actually has a video on his channel of him playing the title screen music from this game on piano. It's also, apparently he's also a really good guy, because he went actually, there is a video that I saw of someone else doing like a version of the title screen music, and he gave him very high praise.
Nice. I like how your character kind of looks like Paddington.
Kind of. Also, Rejects.
Hey, Rejects. How are you today, Rejects?
Let's see. Okay.
You need to spoke to the leopard frog. You went to the city office?
Yeah, I thought I did.
Left side near the north entrance.
Side near the north entrance. Okay.
I made bibimbap.
There you go.
Side near the north entrance. Right there looks.
Maybe I'll post a pickup in images.
There you go.
That's not where we want to go.
Definitely not as good as authentic bibimbap, for sure.
Okay, you said left side near the north entrance?
Yeah, that's the only directions the guide gives.
Oh, to get to the city office?
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, yeah, okay, I was looking for a tree, because I think I saw...
Oh, you need the tree.
I think I went here and it said, oh, you want to know about the Cairo grade leader? Sure, let me look into it. He's allergic to mushrooms and can't stand being around them at all.
Okay, yeah, you were in there. Okay, so now you want to go to the lower right area near the agricultural school and go into the schoolyard.
Okay, because I was in there a little while ago, and I guess I can't go there. Bridge, hopefully over here.
There's a tree in the lower left corner of the schoolyard you want to investigate.
Okay, because I thought I went over there and I didn't see anything. What did you say?
Wait, I think it's that one on the left.
Oh. Okay, that's kind of...
That's pretty specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it says search the tree's root, which, I mean, I guess based on the way that sprite is
Though,
You wouldn't-
granted, we might have, because this game is like, oh, go and talk to people, and you'll eventually find it. They'll give you a hint.
Yeah, that's not my favorite kind of gameplay mechanic. Also, just a heads up, Lolo, Twitch may cut out because there's some outages going on.
Yep, we already had to restart once.
Had some, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's give you a big present. There we go.
That is a good image.
Yes.
I'm definitely totally not screen capping it. And completely not posting it in images.
So yeah, this is... You can very much tell that this is a short story author that kind of meant to write his stuff for kids. Even though it's about getting him drunk.
Yeah. I mean, you could look at someone like Jack, who shows up in all of like the Western fairy tales, and that's one person.
Yep.
And then you have Daxter, who shows up in the Eastern Tales, and they're a good duo.
Or some.
Yeah.
So the Kenji Park Grove, this is one of the ones that is actually in the book that I have that has all these stories. Okay, so now that we have a book, let's go over to the society. Yep, the cinema's closed. Okay. Alright, kid. You gonna tell me something?
No, you gotta follow the dog. Woof woof.
Okay.
Okay, the dog is a little too close for comfort. There you go.
Let's see. Nope, gotta figure out where I need to go in here.
Oh, you have like a whole world map to go through.
Yeah, it's usually we only have to go to like a certain, like, a couple of areas.
Okay, so let's see. Did you talk to Kenju's mother?
No, I have not, because Oh, let's go talk to Stove Cat.
It's an actual cat?
Natural cat.
Yes! This game got 1,000,000 times better already.
Stove Cat.
Ah!
Okay, 107 journals.
What's
Okay.
what's it called when somebody has like a recurring phrase at the end of a sentence?
The verbal tick, isn't it?
Is it a verbal tick? Like Naruto has believe it. Suyu from My Hero Academia does Karo Karo or Ribbit.
I think you might be looking for catchphrase.
Well, there's catchphrase, the Karo Karo one, that is a verbal tick, I believe.
That's a verbal tick. And I guess it would be the same for...
So the Naruto thing is a catchphrase, but a verbal tick is the thing you say, like, at the end of a sentence or whatever you have you.
Okay.
Like dish.
Because I'm also thinking, like, Cancer from a Fairy Tale.
That means nothing to me.
He says snip snip at the end of his sentences.
Yeah, verbal tick.
Okay.
So I came in here just to say that.
I mean, it's very good.
So basically, the thing of this story is that Kenju is... Well, we'll probably get it more in here. Oh, there's Kenju. His side. Okay, so a sapling is missing. Okay. Oop. That's not going to be important at all, I take it?
Probably not.
Nothing's important.
Yeah.
I love Kitty.
There's some... What? Oh, those... Oh. Let's see. Okay. Okay, does it tell me, can you give me a hint?
Okay, so what did you do so far?
So we've talked to Kenju's mom,
Okay.
talked to, Heiji, I believe his name was.
The father?
I thought we did.
He should have been outside. He's the one outside digging.
Okay.
So you gotta speak to Kenji's mother, then speak to his father 3 times, and then speak twice to his elder brother.
Okay.
And then you speak to the kid.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. That looks like a flag.
Yes. So...
Okay, so let's...
So, let's see.
That's... Where did you say his brother was?
There, that guy down there.
That guy down there?
What's that noise?
That was at the door.
Oh, no, I still had Bear's stream open, and
okay.
an ad started playing, and I was wondering where all this kick-ass metal was coming from.
Not
Because
this.
it's very badly juxtaposed to this nice laid-back town. Yeah, so you speak to... So let's see. His mother... Father is digging in the garden. twice to his brother who's planting seeds, and after you've spoken to those 3 people, then you go talk to Kenju.
Okay.
So as long as you spoke to the father 3 times, the brother twice, and 3 times to the mother.
And I think his mother was in here. Nope. Brother is planting seeds. What am I doing wrong?
Okay,
Wait, aren't you... Oh, here we go.
no, okay, so let's see. You've done those things. You talked to Kenju. Go to the house on the upper left and speak twice to the old woman.
Okay, that I think I need to do. It's definitely not.
Nope. So he's
Okay.
Bakugo. I hate that I made that reference.
Let's see. Can I talk to you now? Nope.
No, now you want to go to the house in the lower left and speak to the old woman there.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so...
Dog.
Yes.
Go talk to the dog.
Talk to the dog.
Go talk to the dog.
Yeah, there's 2 of them, so that's gonna be... Please over left and right. Oh. Alright.
Good job, you stole some kid's tree. He did not like that sapling.
Seems like sometimes I have to, like... Okay, I have to... Do I have to...
Okay, but maybe there's somebody else that would like to see the sapling.
Oh, yeah, let's... Oh, yeah. About to Heiji.
Hey, G, how you doing? I'm gonna go turn myself in now. So why are we trying to piss this guy off?
We're trying to help Kenju get his cedar sapling back, I believe. Or trying to help him plant. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Hell yeah, that's the owl.
Be hard to get it. Okay.
I think you need to speak to Kenji's father again.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay. Well.
Yep. Yep. So now go to the owl. I mean, for all of its charm, it's a little unintuitive as to like.
Mm-hmm.
It has some.
Quirks, yeah.
It has 90s era game problems, but it's better. I'd prefer this to Sierra stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's not punishing you for shit.
Set the bar high.
Yeah, I know that's not exactly a hard.
I don't know. Sierra's got some okay titles. It's like, you know, the really hardcore like King's Quest stuff.
A more apt comparison might be that yes, you're going on a fetch quest, but you're not being interrupted every 50 steps to fight a slime.
Yes.
That'd be Dragon Quest.
Yep. Also. So
Which
this is
Enix, I think.
Here comes the kind of the plot of what the actual thing was. Because basically basically his story is, he wants to, I think, if I remember correctly, something like he wants to plant a bunch of trees, and people don't think it'll work. Or like he has like a seeds, and he's like, oh, I'm going to make a huge forest. And then he plants all the seeds. Oh, and lo and behold, they all plant into this huge forest.
Oh, go up for a minute? A little bit more.
A little more.
A little bit more. Right there. That little... it's just that little patch kind of looks like a heart or a kidney bean.
That's it, if you tilt your head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to point that out.
There we go. And now we got another journal.
Nice.
Journal of Comfort. Okay, so there's that done. So, Fox and the God of the Earth. This is the one story I don't think I'm too terribly familiar with. Check something real quick. Okay. Okay, let's see. I wonder, because at one point I know we can go in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can.
Nice.
No. So it is.
Oh, it's Charlie Chaplin.
I mean, I do believe that the post-grad side says that it's a Chaplin comedy.
Yeah, we did.
I like the people reacting completely unrealistically instead of just down in front.
But yeah, it would make, and
People
also.
are too nice here.
Oh, next showing is a certain love story.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ori Monogatari.
It would make sense though that it's showing Chaplin stuff, considering the time period that he lived in.
Mm.
Also, I wonder, can we? Oh, okay, we can't read those. Okay. Still
One thing
fast.
that I haven't noticed before and is now really bugging me is how your suitcase changes hands.
Yeah, it's been bugging me since the beginning.
Okay.
This
Oh,
has
yeah.
a lot of SNES transitional on it,
Mm-hmm.
where
Is
it,
this
it,
the Muscular Chef from Monster Hunter?
Oh, it's so bad.
it's clearly nicer looking than an NES title, but it's still got a lot of NES trappings to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the very heavy black outlines.
Oh, so this is just a point of trivia that it probably doesn't make sense because we have not played Moon Crystal yet. But these cicada noises seem to have come directly out of Moon Crystal.
Nice. It's also good that I guessed that these were going to be cicadas. I'm like, oh, good, the cicadas. That won't get annoying.
There's a person out there that I want to talk to.
Is it Frog Fuchsius?
No. Any in? Oh, is there an area over here that... Oh, never mind. Did not realize there was an area over here. Who are you?
Yeah, it's Fox McCloud.
The cicadas are beautiful this time of year.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh. Hi.
Hell yeah, just a dryad.
Oh.
Wonder what happens
Oh.
to dryads if they get caught out in the rain.
They become wet ads.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, the god of the earth.
What a dick!
The earth god is an asshole.
Could have been worse. He could have tossed you off the earth.
True.
Get off of my lawn, hurls you into the sun.
You're like a fox. Hell yeah, just talking about art with this fox and this birch tree.
Okay, let's. I wonder if. Now the fox is not there.
Mm-hmm.
I can go and take some orchard grass. Nope.
Nope.
Whatever orchard grass is.
No idea.
Oh!
Why are you talking to us when you crushed our head in?
This earth god is a dick.
Come on. There.
This is where you get the Blades of Chaos and go after the Earth God.
Talk to the fox. Screw this, I'm going home. Or should I see it? Or we should do the stupid thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can find a present for the god of the earth. City Hall, what do you gotta say about the god of the earth? Do you have that in your little records?
Feeling a little sassy there, Lolo.
I mean, the god of the earth is a dick.
Well,
he gets to be sassy.
I've played enough adventure games to know where this is going.
Yeah.
Couple that lives behind the hotel. Yes, please. I wonder if that's actually. If I can one-hand this and see if I can. Because I think this. I want to say that the story is in Once and Forever.
Good. Griff God and the Fox. It's actually the first story in this. No, whatever. Not good stream time for me to read stories while I'm trying to stream.
Unless you read them out loud, you goon.
Mm-hmm.
I can only hold so many things at once.
Hogging all of it. Do you want me to read out the story?
You're gonna have to come and get the book.
Oh my god, why do you make these things so complicated?
Here, take this dumpling. I have this dumpling that heals all wounds.
Sweet.
Even emotional.
Yes, especially emotional.
Good, 'cause
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna need about 5,000 of them. Actually, an endless supply, just being mainlined.
See, true beauty has its imperfections. By the way, one other bit of trivia about Kenji Miyazawa is that he was actually really into Esperanto. As is fitting for the time period that he lived in.
Yeah.
But,
God, Esperanto.
which I believe Ihatovo itself, I believe, is something in Esperanto. It is inspired by Esperanto, I believe. I think it was actually how he would have transliterated Iwate in Esperanto.
Hmm.
Okay, let's see what you got.
I love these early 16-bit RPG Maker games. Look, you can go behind a tree. Look.
Whoop.
What is aesthetics anyway?
Okay. Can you point me in a direction? Oh, Foxco experiment new things. Foxco. Here? It's not. Check.
Okay. So where are we now?
Oh, I just need to talk to him again, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, escalated.
Mm-hmm.
You made the god of the earth run away screaming.
Sent him into a murderous rage. Oh, geez. Oh, shit. He actually did kill it.
Wait, did he kill the fox?
Yes.
What a monster.
Wow.
I want to point out that this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't interfered. Jesus. Am I the only one who feels absolutely terrible right now?
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Pretty fucked up, yeah.
It's late for that tree.
It's very clear that you gotta
Oh.
kill the god of the earth now.
Yeah, really. Avenge Fox.
Well, I got a journal out of it.
Yeah, but the fox died.
Well, I got a journal out of it.
Okay, granted, but the fox died.
Yeah.
Turns into grains of orange. That's a bit extreme. Okay.
Dear
Oh,
Diary, I got an
that's how
innocent
it-
fox killed.
Okay, so that's how it translated it. Budley Gusco. So
Powerful name.
the life of, I believe the story is usually translated as the life of Midori Gusco. It is actually a story that actually, there's a movie that came out in 2012 about this. It's actually by the same director as Nine the Galactic Railroad. And it also, much like Nine the Galactic Railroad, turns many of the characters into cats. Also, from what I've read of the reviews of it, also it is not that good of a movie.
Shame.
It basically, the thing is that it is somewhat kind of boring. Like, things just kind of happen. Yeah. Okay, so our normal quest no, not quest givers, but also, do we have 4 of them or 3 of them? Okay. Sounds about right. Up here. I'm gonna talk to you and see what you have to say. Budley Gusco. Let's see. I was gonna show a romantic movie now.
Why, what is it showing?
It says it was showing,
Oh, I mean, like it says the next showing is. So maybe like the
It's their love story. Maybe next
Yeah.
chapter.
yeah.
Actually, where we haven't gone to yet is we haven't gone to the school. That should be open. I suppose that is a way of putting it. Oh, that's not good. It's in the research lab, but it's closed. Can't, like, knock on the window. Okay, that was a dead end. Oh. I guess I need to talk to people twice more, because that seems what I need to do.
From what I'm reading in the thing, like 3 tends to be the maximum amount of times you need to talk to any given person.
Ah, the rule of threes from Legend of Zelda, here to stay.
Let's say
Exactly.
the rules of 3 from a lot of things. Oh, here we go. Huh. Just literally tossing shit out of the window of a blimp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some spooky volcano research music.
Very nice, though.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's kind of interesting because I was thinking about when this game was released. Like, it's 1993. If I remember, I do not think that there was any sort of like Kenji Miyazawa thing that happened out at that point. So it's just, they decided to make this game just out of a whim. It seemed like. I'd like to head over to Carbonado Island.
It's where all the carbonation is.
Apparently I have to head back.
Okay, so you went to Carbonard Island, right?
I couldn't go there yet because he just said, "Oh, I can take you there," but he didn't do anything. I think I have to, from at least why I was able to read the guide, I have to go and talk to the guy at school.
I mean, that's how I get sailors to take me places. So I talk to a person at school.
Do you also still hang around at dockside bars?
Look at this guy.
That is some Akira Toriyama ass hair.
He looks like, you know what he looks like? He looks like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force mixed with Rick.
Oh God! Oh God!
An unholy amalgam.
Now you see, here. You get the frick out of my pool. That's all I know about is that he talks really stupidly and burps a lot.
Go. Yep. Which then after a while they stopped doing because they realized that's a really stupid thing to do.
What?
Have him burp constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never understood, like, was that like a tick that he had, or was it just because he was a drunk?
It was because he was a drunk, but didn't they stop him, like, they didn't, that was more of like a first episode thing, or first season thing.
Yeah. Before they officially decided, hey wait, we should just make these people really like Rick, let's stop making him look like a complete and total jackass.
What kept him being a complete and total jackass, but now it's a good thing that he is one.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know. I only watched like the first 3 episodes of that show. And then decided it wasn't for me.
Like,
okay.
From a base value, it's not a bad series, but Justin Roiland and whatever his name is, they're both kind of garbage people, and also the fan base is just beyond toxic, so.
Yeah.
Gotta get that Szechuan sauce.
Which I admit, I thought that whole thing was funny. Like, making that just like a throwaway bit in an episode, and then it actually, like, McDonald's goes, oh yeah, you know, we'll bring it back for a bit. And then people get stupid about it. Like, why ruin something funny?
Oh, it's getting too cold. We gotta do something about it. Okay, so I guess I gotta... Do I seriously have to go back now? Yep.
Why doesn't he just hold on to his own damn journals?
Because that would be a boring game.
Seem a little pressed for time there, Willow.
Walking back and forth once is okay.
Hey, you paid $70 for this cartridge. It's gotta last.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, hold on.
Hmm?
Well, first off, we're gonna have to reconnect to Twitch. So, by the way, we should just increase the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Just go ahead and do that. That'll help save us all.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
We can increase the temperature. Global warming is gonna help us all. This sounds incredibly stupid.
Like a colossally dumb idea.
I can't believe they're gonna go climb into the caldera to detonate this fucking volcano.
We're gonna detonate a volcano to initiate global warming.
It's the dumbest.
I like this. I like this sci-fi original, Sci-Fi Channel original movie-ass plot.
No, listen, this plot is so bad that sci-fi would pass on it.
I mean, it's not like
Really,
they made a
didn't
movie
pass
based on this.
Sharknado.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there was a movie in 2012 that's based on this novel.
Oh
Which
my god.
It's great because they left out key plot points of it that we will see shortly.
Oh my god. Sci-fi, why are you so
No,
awful?
this wasn't. No, it wasn't sci-fi. It was actually.
Oh.
It was. I forgot what the director's name was, but basically it was.
I just realized how stupid it is of me to think that it was sci-fi. Who at sci-fi would have known about this?
I don't know. They had animated
Right?
at some point.
Just logistically.
Let's go to Nellie's house.
I think it's their vignettes, basically.
Yeah, they are all they're all vignettes. They're meant to be based off of various short stories. Like the first one, the Shellfire. Like that story lasts about 6 pages. Like these are very short stories. I want to say I think that this is the longest chapter in the game.
When you think about it, though, you could argue, in terms of like Japan and Sci-Fi Channel having questionable movies and everything, you could argue that the opening cutscene of Vanquish is an homage to classic sci-fi movie The Core.
You could.
Both involve the destruction of San Francisco, where people boil alive due to, in one case, microwaves, and the other due to solar radiation. From space, basically. Space is microwaving San Francisco.
So basically The Happening, but on a more galactic scale. And people aren't killing themselves, they're just being murdered by microwaves.
Where was Nellie's house?
However, in Vanquish, it's due to space Russians from the moon hijacking a space laser. And in the Core, it's the magnetic field of the Earth shutting down because the US tried to weaponize it to kill the Russians.
Yeah, where the hell do we need to...
Because I knew about the existence of the Core, and I thought it sounded really stupid, but now that you're explaining the plot to me, I know that it's in fact very stupid.
Okay. So
They use a super drill vehicle to go down into the core of the planet and detonate nukes to restart the magnetic field.
the upper right, go to her
That's
house. Oh,
not
over
how
here, I
it
think.
fucking works!
I know, but that's what happens.
I'm not even good at science, and I know that that's not how it works, and it's making me very angry thinking about it. Why would you put this into my brain?
You look unique enough to be an important character.
If there's anything that games have taught me, it's the more out of place a person looks, the more likely you want to speak to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, while I was making the bibimbap, I had to take out my, I had to actually deactivate my, fire detector.
Nice.
That's safe.
Well, there was a lot of smoke, and I couldn't get it out in time, and I wasn't going to listen to the damn thing go off over. It's all good now. What? Hi.
Spooky volcano.
Say hello to Alessa.
Hi.
I still can't. I can't not see Carl Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Or it would be Rick Carl. No, Carl Rick, because if you do Rick Carl, you have that K and the C. So you like you kind of blend the two together. It just sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Carl. Carl Rick. Alright, just drop kick him in there.
Let's go.
Clearly this will end well.
Mm.
You know that thing where it's like, let's go wait until the smoke clears? It's like, no, let's wait until the smoke gets as much dangerously as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the anime fighting theory. You know, the more smoke there is, the better the reveal.
There's an explosion. Well. Yep. So, yeah.
I really would have wanted us to watch it explode.
So yeah, that's the thing. He added explosives, killing himself in the process to make sure that it went off. By the way, that is the plot point they left out of the movie, is the fact that he kills himself at the end of the story.
Jesus Christ, that was awful.
What a stupid plot. It's like the core. Or any of those other movies where they're like, the solution is nuking something. The sun's dying, better go nuke it.
No, remember Dante's Peak?
Oh, yeah.
I obtained the Journal of Ceremonial Laws.
Just all those disaster films are so bad. What was the one with Nick Cage where there's volcanoes in New York?
Also, the worst thing about this is that it worked.
Yeah, that's... The god of sacrifices is pleased with blood sacrifice.
Let's fill in the elephants. Okay, this is an interesting story.
Is it like Dumbo?
Kind of, actually.
Gotta get a baby Dumbo.
Hold on to that thought.
Anyone here in the chat see the live-action Dumbo?
Only whenever a certain president goes on TV.
Fair.
Zing.
Anyone else think about how Kylo Ren from Star Wars is basically a baby Dumbo if you just put him in some clown makeup?
What?
A sad baby Dumbo.
I don't know what the fuck Ritson is going on about anymore. I think we've lost them.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's listen to what Stovecat has to say.
Yes, this is important.
Mr. Osbill. Which is good that they actually transliterated the name properly, which they tend not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the cats speak, everybody has to be quiet. It's law.
Okay. State.
Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have. I don't like him as a villain, to be quite honest.
I have not
Yep.
seen any of the new trilogy, so
Any interest in them, or
I was going to at some point watch them.
okay, I'll say no more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had all the plot points spoiled by my coworkers like a week after the movies came out. Both of them,
Yeah.
which I won't say what they are in case someone. Hello, white elephant.
All I could say is I can't believe that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father.
Yeah, it's
Shocking.
real.
Wait, why is there an elephant in the middle of town?
When I went to see,
at this guy's estate. So I believe that Oswald owns a circus or something. Oh no, he doesn't own a circus. He owns like a plant. It's like this. I believe it's supposed to be like a plantation with like a factory in it. And I don't know.
He
how-
owns an elephant plantation.
he grows
They
elephants.
grow the elephants.
Right.
Well, no, because
When I went to,
so basically the plot of the story is basically Oswald is in his factory and they're working. And all of a sudden, this white elephant just comes up and wants to go and like take a look around, and then all of a sudden it can talk. So then Oswald is like, "Oh, hey, I can use this to my advantage." It's a talking white elephant.
right.
And I don't know how much more it's going to get adapted into here, so I'll just leave it at that for now.
On that topic of spoilers, though, when we went to see Avengers Endgame, the staff at the theater explicitly kept telling people in line, people coming out of theaters, not to say anything about the film. Like, a very seriously, as if you were going to get kicked out and not allowed back into the theater. Don't spoil this kind of thing. It's crazy.
Oh, I guess.
Elephants. Gotta watch
Didn't
yourself.
some
man.
people like beat up someone because they spoiled Endgame?
Yeah, there was a guy who left the theater and he started shouting out spoilers, and like just I think like everybody in line just started pummeling him. Where was this? It was wasn't Brazil.
I thought it was in the US, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was Thailand.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure though. But anyway, yeah, no, that was crazy.
Definitely reminds me of that one video that circulated after one of the Harry Potter movies with somebody just driving past a theater and, shouting the spoiler. And
It's pretty fucked up.
yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Like, on one hand, it's like, he probably shouldn't have gotten beaten up for it.
But on the
He's
other
also a dick who's purposely trying to ruin other people's enjoyment of something.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So basically, this is basically the entire plot of the story. It's like, oh, can I make money off this?
It's just one of those situations where you ask yourself, is what happened to the person equal to what they were doing? Like, did they do something so bad that they should have gotten their ass beat that badly?
No,
Maybe not
I
that
don't think they
badly,
needed to
but
get.
it might.
They could have probably gotten away with just like a single swift kick to the nads.
Yeah,
Just chuck a bottle at his head, like
Yeah.
not a glass one, but like
not
Yeah.
not a group beat down, but maybe just punch him in the throat, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can understand that that reaction. But they kind of went
Also,
overboard.
look at this shit-eating grin.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that looks like the kind of guy who owns a plantation factory.
Does he have a pencil mustache?
Yes.
Yeah.
And his eyebrows, look at how they branch.
It's a very evil branching of the eyebrows.
And he's got the little curly bangs. I just want to destroy him.
I like that sometimes when you're talking to people, like they kind of walk over you, and then it gets you caught, and then you can't move until they go past.
Yeah, I think that's a thing in some of the Final Fantasy games where if you get in the middle of, I think it's like if you're in that half step on that tile that the sprite is moving, they'll just walk through you, and you can't move till they finish. It's a very happy elephant.
Mm-hmm.
I love being exploited.
You know, I don't like horses at all, but I don't mind elephants.
I mean, horses are vile creatures.
They're terrifying creatures.
I think maybe it's just the fact that a horse is just big enough to be like it's simultaneously not terrifying and also like very imposing at the same time. Whereas an elephant is just so big that it's like to stand your ground.
Yeah. Whereas like horse, you feel like you can lower your guard, and then no, it just kicks you because it's a fucking horse. And horses suck.
Elephants don't kick as far as I know.
No. They trample, and at least, you know, when an elephant decides to step on you, you die. Whereas with a horse, it kicks you, and then you're going to suffer for quite a while. Enjoy your broken ribs.
Die.
You might die. Horses just suck.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll just close the guide then. Also, I'm going to mute my mic because I'm going to try to get my fire alarm set up again.
Okay. Tin plate clock. Sure. Also, apparently our old friend is back in town.
Ooh. Did that right? Sure. Hell yeah.
I mean,
Just take a clock.
clock that's just randomly in there. I'm sure that there's probably a person that told me that, or else that's really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
I'm guessing that's breaking strength, not weight. Though if that is breaking strength, that won't hold back an elephant.
Huh.
Why didn't you say no? That would have been hilarious.
Because I want to get through this game.
Because you're sorry. I mean, it is kind of funny that this could just be a JRPG if every time you went outside you were interrupted by 8 random battles.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now what?
Gotta find something for an elephant to wear?
Yep, I gotta find shoes.
Of course. Makes perfect sense.
Papier-mâché.
That's exactly what I want my shoes made out of. That's the most sensible thing I've heard all day.
Mhm.
You can make them big. Also, I think this is the only game that I can think of in which papier-mâché has actually done anything in a game.
Yeah. You'd almost think it'd be something that shows up in like more adventure games and everything. Like you gotta paper mache like a hat to get into
Man,
something.
I have not thought of papier-mâché in forever.
There's at least one computer adventure game that takes place during Mardi Gras.
Paper mache a key that you use
Yep.
on a painting.
You papier-mâché a mustache onto a papier-mâché cat.
You wear a giant paper mache head so you can blend in with the crowd.
Right.
It's Mardi Gras.
And you throw a papier-mâché pie at a papier-mâché Yeti.
God damn it! I was trying to avoid the pie the Yeti one.
I would say it's the dumbest one, but the cat mustache one's probably dumber.
Yeah.
It is. It is way dumber.
The cat mustache one is dumber on the grounds that the person that he is impersonating does not even have a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the pie the Yeti one is like, I don't know why you guys are eating the pie. It's not like hunger is a mechanic in the game.
Mm-hmm.
What's a pie?
Yeah.
Probably tasty.
But at the same time, even if you don't eat the pie, you're not immediately thinking, "Oh, Yeti, what am I gonna do? Throw a pie in its face?"
No,
Also-
oh, go ahead.
I'll say also, there's like 5 other cases in that game alone that are just as stupid.
Oh yeah, but it turns out that Beyond Zork, I found out recently, as a bigger offender.
Okay, this
Why does he have a Flava Flav clock?
because we got them to 10 o'clock.
This is a pretty swanky elephant.
What a bizarre story.
If I remember correctly, this is stuff that you have to do, like, that happens in the stories. Basically, he's like, oh, I'll just give this elephant more stuff as a gift and weigh him down so that he doesn't leave.
He's an Italian elephant, apparently. And Catholic at that. You know, I'm wondering if this game might be a little more interesting if instead of making the puzzles linear like this, if they had all the quests open at the beginning.
Potentially, but yeah, if you were to do this now, that might be interesting. Okay, what did I miss? Talk to Overspell again.
Santa Maria! I proclaimed. This will
Okay.
surely end well. Santa Maria. What an exclamation to make.
Yeah, I wonder what the original was.
It could have just been that.
Okay, so when do you, like, pick him up and throw him under an elephant's foot?
Don't worry about it.
Channeling your inner torpid.
No, don't worry about it. Things will get resolved. Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I can't believe this wasn't localized for the US.
Yeah. Both the frogs getting
Shocking.
drunk and the exploitation of the elephant.
And graphic fox
And
murder.
people dying all over the place.
Yeah,
People
fucking
dying all over the place. Yeah.
Trumpet! Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, the elephant said fuck bosses.
Oh, okay. All you'll find are Ospel's remains
Yeah.
and a journal. Why are they this the weird part is how come they're not mad at you since you were complicit in all of this?
I
But we did. Okay, here's my problem. We got to see the fox die, and a gruesome corpse scene, but we don't get to see this rich ass motherfucker get trampled to death.
Mm-hmm.
we got to see his house did.
Okay, we saw the house, but I want some rich bourgeois corpse action.
Well, yeah.
How dare you?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Ghost the Cellist. This is one that also had a movie based on it,
Oh,
which
no.
is this is I've actually fully seen this movie, and it's okay. This is also probably one of the more pleasant stories.
So it's not Gauche.
It is not Gauche.
It only has one.
Wow, that
murder?
last story was pretty rough.
It was pretty rough.
The fox one, I think, is the more I feel so sad about that story.
Yeah, a lot of Kenji Miyazawa stories involve people dying. Like one of them, I believe it's like the Bears of Namitoko. Basically, it is a story about a guy who has to hunt bears in order to live, and then he ends up like running into a bear, and they're like, "Yeah, We don't hate you because we understand that you gotta do this to live.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a romantic movie.
Of course, it's a Nicholas Sparks film.
I don't think that's...
I know.
I just want to see how long this loop is. Okay.
Interesting outfits. Just the whole idea of this game being about like stories being adapted into like
Yeah.
very short video game stuff. It's making me think of the announcement that Junji Ito is looking into the possibly adapting his stuff into games, specifically VR, because my eyeballs aren't already ruined as it is.
Also, just a point to remember that Kenji Miyazawa himself was a cellist. Yeah, this is basically the plot of the... So the plot of Ghosh the Cellist is... Basically, you go and, basically, Ghosh is, he's a member of a local, like a local amateur symphony. And, basically, yeah, he has just been playing, like, absolute dog shit lately. But with the help of some animal friends, he learns to get the, like, he learns to feel music and, basically, that kind of story.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, let's go visit Ghosh.
Sure up you like walking. I'm disappointed you keep your shoes on inside.
Tiny little mouse.
But the cuckoo bird is one of the animals that help teach Ghosh how to play the cello. Oop. There's his cat.
Kitty!
Cat who also helps. So yes, the cat, the mouse, and the raccoon. Yeah, the raccoon dog who are also things that help him. Or people.
See
or,
that, you lazy shit? That's what I was expecting. Gonna work hard to train her to clean and cook.
Although he actually kind of does some really shitty in the novel and the book, in that, or in the novel and the movie, in that he lights a match with a cat's tongue.
Oh,
They are rough.
I'm gonna have to drop kick him in the knee. Not both knees, just the one knee. I don't think that would actually work.
That's the thing that I'm like, does that actually work?
Possibly.
Because
Yeah.
I don't think the barbs on their tongues are close enough that it would catch and ignite. This doesn't make sense.
You just have to have a very patient cat.
Which
So
I don't
you'll
have.
Finding a cat that will let you try that.
But then again, the story has talking elephants.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can grab a cat's tongue and hold on to it, then you're some kind of fucking wizard.
Well, the thing was, the cat was being a little shit and stuck his tongue out at him.
Ah.
Fair.
Okay, did.
I like this tiny cuckoo bird just sitting all in its bed.
Oh, too bad you gave it poison. Good job.
Nice. Just killed it.
There we go.
Straight up murdering birds now.
I don't think we murdered it.
Are you sure you're doing it right?
You unmurdered it. That's right.
I'm confused. Is this a story where we don't kill someone?
Yes.
And you're not complicit in the torture and abuse of another person? Elephants are people too.
He went home too.
It is back.
Deep.
Hell yeah. The animal band.
I don't know.
Is there? Who here has made the raccoon dog soup?
Hey, 'cause that sounds gross.
I mean, I think it's pretty rude to kill raccoon dogs. They're so cylindrical and fluffy.
The game is adorable, but wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of walking.
Like, if this was like, you know, a Game Boy Color game, I could see playing like a little bit of it and then putting it down.
Oh, huh.
But yeah, the fact that you have to do all the puzzles, like we already mentioned, in a linear order means that if you get stuck on one thing, well, you're stuck here.
Well, it seems like the only way you really get stuck in this game is just by, okay, well, who do I gotta talk to now?
I mean, it is like I said, on the one hand, you wouldn't get interrupted by monsters and be losing resources, the frustration. On the other hand, it's like, what else are we doing?
Yeah. Because there's no real clear direction. It's all just expecting you to be aimless and sort of bumble into wherever you're supposed to go.
How
Right.
cannibalism.
Which may be more
there-
faithful.
Damn it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, which, you know, I guess if you're a real big fan of the stories, it might be nice to kind of see the stories retold like this, but as a game, it's like...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to say it in the way of I've seen worse, because this is not bad. It's a little tedious, but I feel like this is the kind of tedium you can sort of fall into. If
Oh
that
yeah,
makes
people who
sense.
like this sort of thing would find this the sort of thing they like. Like I said, a palette cleanser of fire this up, do one chapter, and put it away.
Yeah.
You know, in between Thunder Force. No, wait, they didn't make Thunder Force for this platform. What do they make for this platform?
Oh, they...
R-Type. No, go ahead.
Wait, they did make Thunder Force for this platform. There's a version
Oh, they
of Thunder
did?
Force for this NES. It's called Thunder
Okay, I thought you were saying Thunder Horse, and I'm just thinking of Metalocalypse.
No.
Thunder, thunder.
Oh no. Stove Cat. Our friend and ally.
Like, I'm guessing maybe in the 30s, or when this story takes place, there was a lot of aggressive American culture that would explain the American movies, the American music.
The game's pretty much just a nice stroll through some, I don't know if you'd call them fables?
Oh, definitely.
Fables, yeah.
You know, casual murder.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, naturally, at the end of the story, when they end up winning the competition, Ghost gets its encore, which of course he plays fantastically.
Mm-hmm.
And then the robot devil gets on stage and demands his hands back.
Not quite.
No, a robotic turkey shows up and starts talking about Christmas.
And there was much defecation.
You must give yourself to the great red ape sexually.
It's such a great episode. Is there any way to get the blood to go up the walls? He never wears a shirt, and he's so annoying. I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
That really is Danzig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got Danzig to fucking do his voiceover. It's great. The only way it could have been better is in mid-sentence, someone just walks into the studio and knocks him out with one punch. And if you haven't seen that video, you definitely should, because it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So Lolo, how are you feeling about this?
It is not... Like, we'll see once we get into the rankings, like... Because once... I kind of need to take a good look at the list first, before I make my judgment.
Well, I'm interested because, like, you mentioned prior to the stream that you were waffling on making this a solo commentary.
Yeah, it's just, because that was my thing, was like, okay, I was thinking, like, that was more like, oh, this game has a lot to offer that I could give a lot of, like, trivia for it, but then, playing it, it's like, there's a lot of dead air in this, so... Because, from what I can feel of this, like, there is a lot of love that went into this, at least from what I feel of it. Like, what the adventure game part of it that they made, like the mechanical adventure game that they make aside, I feel like there is a lot of care that went into this game from an aesthetic and kind of like story level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, visually, it's really good looking.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in fact, I was looking up some of Heck's other stuff. All of their stuff is very nice looking.
The soundtrack, it's
This makes me want to play Moon Crystal, like rank Moon Crystal, because
Moon Crystal's a lot more game, yes.
it is very much a game, but
like the word I would use to describe the soundtrack is polite. It's just a very
it sounds
congenial soundtrack.
It sounds like the soundtrack of someone who is a trained pianist would do.
Yeah, like it's not the soundtrack of somebody who makes video games. It's the soundtrack of somebody who's just making music.
Even though he did make video game music. Also, this chapter is also one I'm not even fully certain if this is actually like made up based on a story, because I can't remember or can't tell which one it is.
So you read a lot of this guy's stuff, huh?
Well, it's more like I looked into it. Also, a lot of these stories are also like 5 pages long.
I was getting a shocking vibe to it.
So would you say he's the the author is a lot like Rudyard Kipling.
I have not. Oh, I
was thinking of a British author.
Why specifically Rudyard Kipling?
Well, a lot of the fables deal with animals and interactions between humans and
Fair.
animals, and I feel like that's kind of a fair analogy between the two.
I'll fully admit my literature knowledge could probably use some brushing up.
Rudyard Kipling wrote.
Yeah, it's a Jungle Book, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
White Man's Burden.
Mm.
Those are his two most famous.
Oh, I was thinking of Saki, Hector Monroe.
I wouldn't know. I'm not familiar
Yeah,
with him.
this is a lot. He wrote a lot of cute little pastoral stories of people hanging around talking to animals and crap. Usually they were pretty comic.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually,
A lot less murder.
I don't know why I went right to Rudyard Kipling. Maybe I was just stuck on Jungle Book and elephants.
I think the
We were
talking
about
animals.
live-action Disney movies earlier, and Jungle Book got one not that long ago, so...
Yeah, I guess that's because Kipling didn't do short stories and a lot of fables.
Oh, he did. He did the Just So stories, which are a bunch of short stories.
Mm,
How the Camel Got His Hump.
that's right.
And also a bunch of local color ones where he did a lot of what's called I dialect, where he tried to write how people talk, which he became very famous for and was actually mocked by people like Orwell.
Also wrote Gunga Din.
Mm-hmm.
Had a hell of a fantastic mustache, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That is a glorious mustache.
So yeah, I'd say there's a bit, but this has a lot more like Japanese folktale type, especially all the death.
Yeah, really.
And then somebody did something that was individualist and not collectivist and died. Oh, wow. The seasons change. That's right. What?
Hell yeah.
I don't know what you were expecting.
Yeah, eat those dumplings.
More for me.
What?
Powerful.
God.
It reminds me of this one. No. It reminds me of this one Skyrim mod where you find a little girl, she's selling lemonade,
Oh god. We can.
and just like it's super sweet and delicious, and then you drink it, and she's just like, "How was it? Wasn't it great? Because it's pee."
Not the high point of this game.
No.
I guess they're implying that
Fox.
kids forget how to talk to animals, or
Yeah.
adults forget. So what is this like a hotel or a sauna or something?
It's a shrine.
There we go. Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed the Aaron Gate. My bad. So you're still looking for one more journal?
Yep. This is the second to last chapter.
Why are these cats crying?
Why did you make the stove cat cry, Lolo?
Here.
What did you do?
Oh, wait.
Where do they do a cat office?
I have no idea.
Is that where all the paperweights come from?
I don't know.
What I find interesting is, like, usually when we have moments like this where there's just tons of, it's downtime, there's dead air,
Yeah.
And, like, it usually feels like, I don't know about any of you, but for me, when I get moments like this, I always feel like I have to say something and I get really antsy. But, like, here, I'm fine with saying nothing.
Yeah, that's... Okay. Yeah, there's something it's just, that's the thing when I was thinking, like, it just feels pleasant.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Mm-hmm.
You're not missing anything if we're not talking. Is interesting.
Also, the music is so good that
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if.
When it repeats or something, yeah.
Well, it's just pleasant to listen to that rather than just having to kill the dead air.
Yeah.
It's nice music.
It almost feels bad talking while the music's playing. Almost.
Almost. Mod for Stardew Valley to put this music into Stardew Valley. Farm like a pianist would want you to. Yeah. There's a lot of horrible things that happen to foxes, doesn't it?
Yes.
Fox haters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a terrible media conglomerate, but... After collecting all of the journals, you decide that you really love the town, so you settle on a farm just outside, and that's where Stardew Valley begins.
Oh, just wait until we get to the end of this game.
I am, that's why I'm here. Now, Lolo, I swear to God, if this fox dies, I'm coming to your house. I don't have a follow-up to that thought.
And then actually the whole town gets nuked. It's pretty fucked up.
It'd be really
But it's a
weird.
metaphor.
I was saying that'd be really weird for something that was based on something 1930.
Okay,
Fine. The aliens from War of the Worlds show up and turn everyone to dust with the death rays.
but then it turns out, in the secret ending, that it was the fox behind everything.
That's a Stove Cat.
Yeah.
Stove Cat was the villain all along.
Tyrion was behind it the entire time.
My god. What a real plot twist.
Alright, let's go to the Winter Assembly.
You were a cat the entire time!
My god.
Check something real quick.
It's a dapper fox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet you I know it. Let me check something real quick.
If you could do any cosplay, and money's no cost, and you could have it look exactly the way that you wanted, what would it be?
You first.
Ooh.
I don't trust you.
How is that a loaded question?
I don't trust you.
Oh,
I was looking in my book of stories, and I was wondering, I'm like, trying to see if I can find. It's not the night of the festival. It's not the story. And I don't think it's. Well, we'll see.
I would be a fully functioning claptrap.
oh,
God.
since it can look exactly the way I want, I pick Elon Musk, then go withdraw all his money.
There you go.
Come on, Risen.
God,
I don't know, actually.
That photo that came out that Jeff Keighley posted on Twitter.
The Doritos Pope hanging out with Todd.
With Todd Howard and Elon Musk, Todd Howard looks like a living Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he like really, really short?
He's not that short, he's like 5'6".
Fucking damn it! Everybody's taller than me.
Yeah.
God.
Like, that's only like 2 inches shorter than I am, so.
And 3 inches shorter than me.
I hate both of you. Just so you know, I hate you both.
And like 6 inches shorter than Torbo.
Oh, hey, what?
Oh no.
Heck?
It's showing a movie about a fox getting maimed by a trap. Pretty fucked up.
Where's the projector?
Don't worry about
That
it.
fox right there, yeah, that one.
Projector is in your mind.
Oh, there. I was just saying, like, I lost control.
If this were Uzumaki, you could say that you were spiraling out of control.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, special dumpling.
Please don't eat the... Oh, no! The plot of all these stories is foxes are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
There, we now have all 7 journals.
All right.
Nice. Now throw them in the fire.
Well, not quite.
Right, you gotta go to where this person is first, and then throw them in the fire in front of them.
And with that, make a save. Final chapter, Night on the Galactic Railroad.
Nice.
Also, the one
We can learn
chapter
about
that deviates.
constellations.
Oh, well, it's also the chapter that deviates the most from the story.
Oh no.
Also, one of the more interesting ones.
I don't know. I think the volcano global warming kinda is the current standout.
That is true. Well, hold on. Well, we'll see. Right now that we have all the journals, we want to go to the RC Society.
you arrive there and you just get stabbed. That's the end of the game.
Ah, I see. You actually discover who the Origami killer is?
Well, no, see, then you go into loop 2, and then you do certain things differently, and at the end you get attacked by a Moai head, and it all makes...
It's the Konami game.
It all makes sense in the end.
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah. The author whose stories these are based on just comes on and stabs you with a knife in an alleyway.
Hold on to that thought.
Oh my god, please tell me that's not the actual fucking ending.
Let's go to the Wheel of the Afterlife.
Hell
Oh my god. Spin the wheel. I wish all of the incels would go away.
Time for the Wheel of Fortune. I'd like to buy an A.
An A, a U, and then I'll guess N and S.
See, a lot of this game just makes me think like they originally wanted to do this on the NES and wisely ported it to the SNES.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though it has the SNES graphics quality, it has a lot of NES gameplay type stuff.
Okay, so this is stuff that's certainly happening, and words that they're being said. Yeah, right there.
Sorry, a little water got in the wrong pipe.
Ah. You're supposed to drink the water, but not that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mainline my water.
Yeah.
Mystery's been solved. Just find the Wheel of the Afterlife.
No, it was just a stone. Pretty
Wait,
shit wheel.
You found where it's supposed to be, but it wasn't there.
Mystery solved.
That's how your cult got started.
Rip Lolo.
I'm just
He
trying to
died.
make sure what I need to do.
Okay. Thought the water finally got you. Apparently, the shape of water is death.
Atsu Lolo's an inkling from Splatoon. Much water. Lolo just says, woo me.
Pollo. Wait, you could just make the Wheel of Life?
Apparently.
Or is this going to be like the day the Earth froze and we're making the Sampo? How's that for a reference?
It's one that you shouldn't have made.
I fucking did. What are you going to do about it?
Hit you with old movies. Like just the reel. I'm gonna find you and just beat you to death with a reel.
But which movie? You gotta pick the right one. If you're gonna beat me to
The
death with a
short
movie,
list would be Manos, The Day the Earth Froze,
Those are
and
good films.
The Monster of Yucca Flats.
Okay, Monster Yucca Flats, I can give you. Manos
Also,
is
by the way, the poet had
entertaining.
the Wheel of the Afterlife.
Nice.
I told him what the
Fucking
situation.
poet.
Poets, such
Stabs
assholes.
you with the Wheel of the Afterlife, sending you to hell.
And that's how Inferno Climber starts.
He just
Yeah.
gives it to you?
Yep.
See, if you're gonna beat somebody to death with a movie reel of a bad movie, it has to be a movie that's just like unwatchable. It's
Evans.
not entertaining.
I would
mean,
choose
have you
Heaven's
seen the
Gate
movie
because
of
it's
Yucca
4 hours.
Flats?
I have seen Beast of Yucca Flats, and I could find some entertainment out of it. I'll tell you the one
Did
movie.
you watch it without commentary?
No.
I have watched it without the MST3K commentary.
Okay, but there is one MST3K that I cannot watch. It is the German Hamlet.
Oh god.
It's so bad, even with their commentary. I would consider that the absolute worst thing they've watched because they couldn't make it
Time
funny.
to go into the fourth dimension.
Let's do
Nice.
it.
That's the natural progression of the stories that we've had is leading to this.
My body is ready. Oh wow, Chrono
It's this
Trigger.
guy.
This is gonna be like your stories give you immortality type things.
Deep.
Look how silent you got.
Just every person that you've helped so far in all the stories just stabs you once, so you get like a Murder on the Orient Express kind of situation.
I'm waiting for you to meet the guy who got blown up by the volcano.
You see like little bits and pieces of them.
Hey, look, there's the fox that got murdered by the Earth
God.
God.
That just makes it worse.
Yeah, that he knew about his inevitable death, so he had to prepare for the
Oh,
eventuality.
thank you for the follow one.
Like, just the fact that fox, even though he seemed like he was kind of not on the level, turns out, no, yeah, he was totally on the level. He was actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he got murdered. Fun story. When I first watched Murder on the Orient Express, I hadn't actually, like, read the novel.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched it with a friend, and as we're watching and everything's unfolding, he just goes, "Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna guess that everybody did it. Neither of us had ever seen it before." So we get to the ending.
So,
sure enough.
which what are you talking about? Are you talking about Agatha Christie's Poirot version?
No.
or-
This was before. I think this was before Suchet went and did that one. This was with.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember who
Oh, hey,
portrayed.
by the way, you were wondering.
Mm-hmm. There's Bud Lee Gusco.
I think it was them. I'm just make sure. Yeah, it was. This was the one with Albert Finney as Poirot,
Okay.
and it had Connery. And Ingrid Bergman.
Gee, I wonder why.
The elephant siblings.
Not even a hint of irony.
Nope.
Just walking through space.
Also had Anthony Perkins.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oop, someone's... Hurry. Oh, look who's here.
It's him.
It was him.
Uh-oh.
You have transcended death.
Yeah, this is like every RPG Maker game made after 2012.
Made in the 90s.
Mhm.
Yeah. For like 100 times the budget. You should have said no. Ah! And then we want to see anything I've never seen before.
All right.
You're gonna see some shit you've never seen before. crap! Now you're gonna have to suplex the train.
That would be hilarious if the train just like goes off into the abyss.
Hell yeah, he's gonna get crucified.
That is true.
Play with us.
Ah, the swan. Fuck
Oh,
it.
so this is
Destroy it.
probably Giovanni and Campanella, the actual protagonist.
Hmm.
Anywhere in the fourth dimension.
And
I wonder how far the Satellaview or whatever got.
So, obviously, most of the chapters were retellings of the stories. Was that just like this ending part? Was that part of the wraparound where like the stories we were engaged with were the things that we're going to see, or are we just going by the protagonist that the person we're playing dies?
basically, I think it's like Kenji Miyazawa reliving his life through his stories.
Okay.
He had the amazing ability to talk to animals.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah,
That way I could get the cat to get a damn job.
cat just calls you a bitch.
Doesn't. Then I punt her.
What an interesting game. And unlike all of those RPG Maker games, it's not edgy.
It's definitely an interesting way of experiencing Miyazawa works.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I don't know anything about the works, but it almost seems like the game does good service to what they wrote.
Yeah.
It does.
Still pissed that fox got killed. What a fantastic soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I guess after this they did some horse racing games.
Damn. How do you follow up this game with horse racing?
They were probably contracted because it looks like they worked on Thoroughbred 2 and 3, but not 1. And a Japanese
And
baseball
that's
game.
soft-locked.
Nice.
All right. So. Oh, there we go. So, yes. So, yeah, that was Ihatovo Monogatari.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay, so this definitely belongs to the XP list.
It's a tough call, huh?
I'm thinking high.
Yeah.
Because, well, I have a feeling I know what your opinion's going to be, but what do you think compared to Clock Tower?
I'm gonna be honest, they're two very different experiences. Clock Tower is a tense, thoughtful, but still somewhat obtuse kind of game. Mechanically, I would play Clock Tower over it only because Clock Tower makes a little more sense in the direction you're going, whereas this has that, just spam talk to everybody until eventually you suss out where you're supposed to go, and I don't feel like that was conducive to a gameplay experience. However, soundtrack, visuals, and writing, I would say Ihatovo is better. So, if we're looking at it from specifically...
As a mood piece, I think Ihatovo is definitely better.
Yeah, but as a game, I think Clock Tower is better.
Yeah.
As a game, yes.
See,
as an overall experience, I kind of want to be a bitch and put them both together. I couldn't put one above the other.
I would rate Clock Tower higher because even though this was an experiential game, I think there is way too much walking back and forth through the same levels in a very linear fashion. And there's also only one ending. So, I mean, you were fast forwarding through some of this. So
Yes.
I think while it's an interesting experiential idea and it's very well presented, it's padded. Whereas I think Clock Tower, while you may have to play it multiple times, there's a lot more random emergence. And I thought Clock Tower is very effective for what it's supposed to be. Because when I play that, I really do feel spooked. Whereas with this game, we were going around, but you're so passive in this game. You wander around and I did a bunch of stuff for some elephants, and then the elephants killed their master, and here's a journal. And that like things like that to me just felt very tacked on. So as much as I thought it was cute and the graphics were great and that kind of stuff, you're not selling me on this over Clock Tower.
You're almost saying that this would have fared better as more of a VN than a strict game.
Yeah,
if they had opened all the quests at the beginning and let you solve them in any order, that would have made it more interesting. But some of it just doesn't make a lot of sense. You go, you meet someone who isn't you does a bunch of stuff, and then you sift through their garbage and grab a journal and then move on to the next part. And while I don't disagree that that's experiential, it also just felt extremely tacked on as a game does.
But on the other hand, it's taking all the stuff that you're experiencing comes from source material And usually when you have something adapt that material, it's done very poorly. And in this case, based on what Lolo is saying, it does it fairly well.
See, I can't agree. I can't agree where it's always done. The elephant story really stands out to me as just like, I don't understand why the elephants are mad at the owner guy when they should also be mad at you as being complicit in your friend's capture.
Well, that's less the problem with the game and more a problem with the story itself. But that being said, like, I know it's weird for me because I obsess over games, and especially stuff like Clock Tower. I'll try to argue that it's way better than Yume Nikki. You're all objectively wrong there. But in this case, I'm just finding it hard because, like I said, while they are extremely different types of experiences, they both do their experiences extremely well. Clock Tower nails down that horror thing, and this really nails down that homey, just that feeling of reading a story. It's a rainy day, and you've got, the lights down low, and, the heat's on, so you're not too cold. And just a nice drink by your side, and you've got this game telling you these stories really quickly.
I'm gonna make one last flip and point out that I didn't appreciate how the story game often told us how we were going to feel or gave us false choices. Hey, it was neat gathering all these journals, wasn't it? Yes, no, but thou must. And I just thought that if it was going to be experiential, plus also I was comparing this to Moon Crystal, which Moon Crystal has more cutscenes in it than this does. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad game. I'm just saying,
gun to head Clock Tower I would pick because I'm
but it's all Lolo's. It's Lolo's list, so Lolo's the final say.
Because here's the thing, I just wanted to, because from what I feel like, I could be putting this really anywhere in, like, I would be open, like, if someone said, oh, I'm going to put it anywhere between, like, say, 1 and 7, I would be okay with that. I could understand.
And to be fair, it's not just Lolo's list. A lot of these ranks are based off of what we in the call have argued for.
It's I'm the one who's putting it on there, but also it is your job to help me to see things that I'm not seeing, which is what because I actually think a good spot for it is in between Clock Tower and Dragon's Lair.
I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah.
Yep.
That works for me.
Yeah, that works for me too.
Yeah, because it's like Dragon's Lair, it's neat. It is probably one of the best Laserdisc games, but it's still Dragon's Lair. It has all the weird trappings of Dragon's Lair. Whereas Clock Tower
has that Don Bluth animation.
Actually, the way you're saying it, Dragon's Lair is the polar opposite of Ihatovo, because Dragon's Lair is nothing but stress from beginning to end, and Ihatovo is just like, just relax. Here's a story.
It is casual almost to a fault.
Yes. Yes.
So yes, I think 3.5 is probably a good spot.
Yeah, I agree.
It's definitely better than Princess Tomato because it doesn't have Percy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Percy's great.
Sorry, boss. I lost your stuff.
No, see, that would have made Ihatovo even better. Is you've collected all 7, Percy shows up and loses all 7. Now you gotta fucking hit him again.
I see.
Now here's the thing. Tone.
Ooh.
I would
Whimsical.
not.
Is there a charming?
Because here's the thing, like, normally we have the cash one for license. I don't know if that counts here.
I wouldn't. So, I feel like the cash and license ones need to be stuff that's, like, egregious, or there's no other way you could classify it. Like, this is obviously an adaptation, but it's more than that. It's not just there to sell you a book.
If I remember to do it, I was thinking of actually putting a tone that was just a heart. Like, less than 3. Which is
like
just
a charming.
Like, it's precious. It's like, it's heartwarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I 100%.
Which I don't have at the moment, though.
I mean, if there's like a whimsical or something.
Yeah, put whimsical now.
Because they mean like talking
let's
to
put
animals and
that
the
get killed.
stove cat.
I mean, Stove Cat alone.
And also
the predecessor to the Meowskiller chef.
Yes. So I'm thinking the audience really. This is it's
historians.
It's well. What I was thinking for difficulty, this game is not difficult at all. You could figure this out.
Right.
Yeah, there's no fail state.
There's some obtuse things, but you can figure that out. Put enough time in it, you'll figure it out.
Literally, the only way to solve anything is to just talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll accidentally solve it.
Yep. So. Okay. So, like love.
Oh God.
So here's
Love soundtrack.
Because here's the thing that I'm thinking of. Does love get charm or does love get music?
Hmm.
No, the fact that you were willing to sit there and just listen to the music means music gets
Yeah.
love.
Okay.
Because as much as there's charm to it, there are some things that I've been whining about that kind of take away from the charm. So music was the consistent one for sure.
So, then that means charm gets.
Like.
Yep. And then how about art?
Yeah. I would say yeah.
Yeah, art gets a like. I do dislike how do you have like a train for railroading?
Yes. Also.
Slow. Yes.
Yeah, very slow.
But yeah, there's
Not
nothing.
necessarily deal breakers. Just brew a pot of coffee before you charge this up.
Yep.
Can't think of anything I could say that I hated about.
No.
The briefcase.
Yeah.
No,
Or the
briefcase is
valise,
better.
actually. But yeah.
Yeah.
Not a deal breaker.
What's the icon under notes?
Japan only.
Oh, okay.
The localizers did a nice job. I wonder what sort of hack they used to get all those characters in there.
I have no idea. But yeah. So, that is going to do it for this episode. So, one sec. Alright, so thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can follow me on Twitch by going to twitch.tv/Ihatovo. I record these episodes Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're following this on Twitch, you can go to my YouTube channel at youtube.ldp.life. And if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing, you can follow me on Twitter at LoadPuzzlo. And if you want to do the same, but also take part in polls, you can go join my Discord by going to discord.ldp.life in your browser. And if you have a Discord account, you can go straight there. There is a poll currently up to, sometimes you will see, like Rhapsody on the screen right there. We have avatars to kind of represent some of these various lists. I am working on designing another one, and you can choose which one I am going to work on soon. That is the current poll up there. But that is that. So, with that, thank you all for watching. Next episode, what? In which we take a look at the very interesting Mega Man Sprite game. So thank you all for watching, and have a good night.